What is up, gorgeous, lovely, awesome, amazing, wonderful, awesome people? How's everybody doing?
How are you doing out there tonight, people?
Oh, there's a kitty following me. There's a kitty cat following me around. There's a kitty cat. Oh, there's a doggy too. I got a dog and a cat following me around. Look at that dog. Look at that old dog. You want to come say hi? Come here. Come say hi. Hey, hello, this is my dad. This is my dad you people are taking advantage of every evening. You're glad that I like to share my dad. It's my dad, huh? It's my daddy. You better be glad that I can share. And I'm alright with it. I'm a big old handsome and big old powerful dog, and I'll get you. I'll get you. Won't you? Won't you? I'm 89 pounds and muscle. I think my one neighbor didn't think he was really 89 pounds today. She said her dog, who's pretty much the same size as Chops, is about 54 pounds. But the difference is Chops has short hair and solid fucking muscle. Bubba. Yeah. You're just a big old muscle-bound man, ain't you? You're a big old muscle-bound man. Say hello, camera. Hello, people. Yes, you're so handsome in the camera. So handsome in the camera. Yes, he is. You're such a handsome puppy. You're such a handsome puppy dog. Get them eyeballs. Get them eyeballs. Oh, eyeballs. That's better. Get your glamour shot. Oh, his glamour shot. Oh, his glamour shot. All right. I gotta have a break. Let me have my break. So, I was thinking, I was like, what do I want to ramble on about this evening while I smoke some marijuana and talk to the people of the world? And I thought, self, what are you going to talk about? And myself looked at me and said, well, self, how about RSO? Because here's the thing. I honestly am of the mind, I've said it several different times, that cannabis is only, the cannabis on today's market anyway, this cannabis that I'm about to enjoy, and the cannabis that you might be enjoying where you're at, regardless of whether it came off of the newly industrialized market, that is the same exact market that we've had for 70 years, simply being grown by industry. Or if you purchased it illicitly, again, same shit. It's just one of it's being grown by multimillionaires who are given permission by the state to do it. The other one is still being grown illicitly by the OGs who have been doing it for 70 years. So, but either way, cannabis is only as medicinal as the inherent qualities that are accepted colloquially, I guess would be the word to use, accepted altogether by the community as being a therapeutic aspect about cannabis. Be that that it helps you eat, it gives you the munchies, right? That's honestly just started with gives you the munchies, and then it eventually developed into, oh, it actually helps you engage your appetite. That's good for some people who might be struggling with AIDS or different types of cancer issues, who don't have an easy time with their appetite. It helps them actually want to eat. But again, those aren't things that we seen something. It's not the same as, for example, Epidiolex. It's not the same as the intentionally high CBD developed Hippie's Disappointment was the original strain developed by the Stanley brothers. That was a goal intentionally set in the beginning to have a final product in the end, which they didn't honestly know what that final product was going to look like or what it was, but that's much different than having the totality of the experience of cannabis describing the medicinal value of that cannabis, right? So there is nobody who's actually sat down, and there are overseas, like in the UK and a couple other places, some studies have been done, but here specifically in the United States, in America, with the cannabis that we're smoking, that we use on this market, there's very, very little peer-reviewed research, and that continues through today, thanks to the FDA's restrictions on specifically peer-reviewed research. Because what do you need to reclassify cannabis? What one is the say of the FDA, and how do you get the say of the FDA is through peer-reviewed research. Now, the FDA has recommended to the DEA to reclassify cannabis as a Schedule 3. However, I'm not too it won't surprise me if the DEA turns that down, given the fact that they just, what was it, less than a decade ago were kicking in the doors of California for legalizing initially. So, yeah, I mean, that's when that stopped. They did that for a whole fucking decade, kicking in doors of legalized cannabis shops. And, yeah. If you lived through that, you remember that. Well, does that make me, I'm getting old now, right? That means I can say I'm getting old, because I'm like talking about shit. I'm like, oh, if you lived through that, boys, you remember what it was like back in the day. Put them up, boys, or stick them up. Put them up, I say. Stick them up. Back in the day, back in my day, when we really had to fight, you see. I said, stick him up, see? And he said, I'll fight you, you see? And I said, your marijuana's not as good as mine, see? Cheers. This is the last of that 8th of Frosted Jungle that I picked up. My $8 bag of weed. My $8 eighth. No, that's not a special deal, $8 eighth. Although that would be a good sale. Come get your $8 eighth. $8 eighth here. Come get your $8 eighth. $8 eighth. $8 eighth right here. Come get your $8 eighth. They need to put me outside on the sidewalk outside of the dispensary. Hey, come here, see? Come get your marijuana right here, see? It'll make you feel like you're gonna stick 'em up, bird. Stick 'em up. My window's open. My neighbors are probably like, what the fuck is he up there doing? Fucking crazy motherfucker. Let's torch that cat hair off there so I don't feel like taking a fucking toke of cat hair. All right, cheers. This is the last of my shit, jungle, something jungle. What the hell was that again? Frosted Jungle. That's what it is. Frosted Jungle. A 65-35 indica dominant hybrid somewhere in there. Very nice, very smooth on the inhale, a little bit of bitey, nippiness on the exhale, a little bit of fiery on the little bit of fire breath on the exhale there. But overall, very nice. Obviously, definitely had stuff to get you more stoned more quickly, but it gets you stoned. Let's put it that way. You'd definitely be stoned. There's no lack of stoning happening here with this here cannabis. Oh, that was smooth. That was very smooth. Didn't burn on the exhale either. That was nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I don't think you can get past the third hit without actually being high. Like, without, like, you know you're high at that point. At least with this Frosted Jungle. By the third hit, you're like, yeah, you're not denying that you're high at that point. One, you're like, I feel it a little tingle there. Two, you're like, yep, it's in the system now. And then three, it's, yeah, you can't deny it. You're high. Get him, boy. Get him, boy. Oh, shit, I think my girlfriend won't get it. Is that mommy kitty? The cat's all at the door. Those cats are up at attention. My dog already took off. He said, anyway, so I was saying that inhaled cannabis, cannabis oil, cannabis flower, and honestly, edibles, because edibles are really separate from RSO and FECO. RSO and FECO are solvent. A solvent is used to extract the goodies out of the raw cannabis flower, right? And it's the same, technically the same compound being utilized. However, well, not really though, because with an edible, you're taking THC in the cannabis, THCA in the cannabis, and converting that to THC, like stably converting it, however you want to say that, converting all that THCA to THC so that it is in the form that it should be to be ingested orally. Because you can't just add the weed to it because it's THCA, and you have to decarboxylate, which is heat the weed up to change the THCA to THC and all of your other CBGAs, CBGs, CBDs, etc. But with RSO and FECO, you're not doing that. What you're doing is you're using a solvent to strain over the cannabis or strain the cannabis with, and extracting the goodies in that solvent, and then evaporating the solvent, and what's left behind is RSO or FECO. So, and technically, yes, even with RSO or FECO, you're using THC, the decarboxylated form. But the way in which RSO and FECO reach that decarboxylated form of THC is different. And it wouldn't seem like, when you're thinking about it, maybe that would make that big of a difference. But honestly, edibles have a much more psychoactive effect. You'll hear people say things like, "Oh, that was really potent," or when they describe an edible experience, like people laugh and comedians talk about it a lot because it's very, very intense, very strong experience. RSO and FECO, on the other hand, have a very narcotic-like experience. Very sedating, oriented deeper in your body and in your muscles. Not so much of a head high. There's not as much, in my opinion at least, there's not as much recreational fluency, I don't know, with RSO and FECO. Really, if anything, I think those two should be set aside as medicinal. Because edibles, I mean, obviously being the #1 reported reason for cannabis in the emergency room, edibles, that's kind of a hard argument to make that those aren't recreational. The difference in the experience, and I guess technically we have no evidence or science on this because all we have is to go by. If we did, then we would know whether RSO really actually can reverse tumor growth, which is a huge claim made by many people in the community that, for example, 80 grams in 90 days, that's what one of the regimens is, 80 grams, 90 days, that can reverse tumor growth in people. It's not my claim, it's claims from individuals in the community and individuals who have been through, had cancer and experienced it. And I mean, it might seem unbelievable, but in 2008, it seemed unbelievable that cannabis was making people like who were seizing up and like freaking out just stop seizing up. Like that did not seem believable. That seemed like some far-fetched, like, yeah, all right, yeah, that would be nice if marijuana really did that, but it doesn't. But actually, it does. So, yes. So what that means also is that it's not just the synergistic implication, the synergistic interaction of the cannabinoids and terpenes in a specific strain. It's also the way that strain is ingested. And then, in addition to that, the way the psychoactive compound is obtained. Because when THCA, as I said, and RSO and FECO, when it's obtained through straining with a solvent and then isolating the solvent and the good stuff, when you get it that way, you get, it seems, in my opinion and my experience, and I believe I have a pretty good, I don't know, cue on this shit, it's much more narcotic. It's much more heavily oriented in your body. Like, I couldn't use edibles to sleep. I would be too fucked up. Like, they are a very recreational, like, get high, get fucked up, whatever you want to call it, and experience it. And I know, hearing that, if you have only taken edibles, you might be saying, dude, what are you talking about? Edibles hit you in the body like a motherfucker. Right, I get it. But in the cell, in that same hand, RSO is still, in my opinion, it's much more narcotic oriented. It's the sedating, relaxing, muscle oriented effect. Not even insofar as just your outer extremity muscles and the feeling you get there, but even like into your gastrointestinal muscles and like internals and stuff. It just seems like it is very relaxing and calms everything down. And I was talking about the homeostasis last night. And the fact that your endocannabinoid system is directly tied to your homeostasis. So your homeostatic processes, which most of them autonomic processes, meaning the processes that stabilize you as a human are mostly automatic, autonomic processes. They just occur, like blinking, heartbeat, breathing. You don't have to think about doing it. Why the fuck am I talking about autonomic reflexes? Oh, the endocannabinoid system. Yes, it directly impacts all of your homeostatic processes. So the fact that RSO helps me fall asleep and stay asleep at night makes a lot of sense, because it would ideally, in that circumstance, medicinally, be. And I am also of the belief that cannabis is one of those things that can be used not only for a variety of things, but I do, for example, the fact I'm using it for sleep and the setting in which I'm using it. I think that it's sort of like how mushrooms, similar to that, like how you have to be in set and setting with mushroom. Not exactly the same, but similar. That can influence the medicinal aspect of the therapeutic aspect of the cannabis. Says for somebody else might be able to use the same dosage of RSO that I'm using, the same strain, in the middle of the fucking day and function just fine. It depends on what it's being used for, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it makes sense with RSO putting me out. Activating a big old fucking kick to your endocannabinoid system and your circadian rhythm. Obviously, that's a homeostatic process. It's like one of the first ones, if not the only one, you learn about in school. Primary school, anyway. High school, whatnot. And this stuff, the maroon baboon, it really fucking does. This stuff, if you cook with RSO, try the maroon baboon from G Leaf. It's from G Leaf. This one's from G Leaf. It seriously has a really berry flavor to it. Like there's a berry note. It actually almost tastes like it's flavored with some kind of berry. When I stick it under my tongue, and before the raw notes of the cannabis, the RSO, really takes over, you can taste like a berry note to it. It's really, really fucking cool. I've never tasted it with RSO before. And when I first noticed it, it wasn't as it wasn't as palatable when I first noticed it. But as I like sussed it out and picked it apart, it kind of sort of almost in a medicine-like way, like how medicine tastes, cherry or like different fruits. It almost blends into the taste of the cannabis and RSO, sort of like that. But not really. It tastes more good than it does medicine-y. I hear you, kitty. Oh, that's why she's meowing back here. My girlfriend's here. Honey, this stuff has like a berry flavor. He's alright. He's okay. They'll be okay. They'll be fine. If he tries to get their food, then something wrong. Hey, Choppy, go. Go. Just shut the door. Go. Go on. Are you going to stay like that? Stay here. Come here. You stay right there. No, I don't trust you. Come on. Out. Anyways, take me a dab here. Told you my girlfriend came in. Holy shit, that's a big old fucking bunch of hair on my dad's whole fucking, holy hell. No, it didn't look. No, that's kitty hair. God damn, cat. I don't know if she'll eat it. Is she eating it? Alright, I wiped it off. There we go. Now I got all the hair off of it. God, I can't believe she's that fucking hairy. That's insane. Crazy hairy. A papaya cake, it really does smell like cakey. Like, I can just imagine like a fucking big old like fat glob of that fucking butter. It smells like, oh man, I can just imagine the smell of that. But this is the apple earth. I got like sweeter scent stuck in my nose now. Got that berry in my mouth and that papaya cake in my nose. Let me bust this open. Bust the sugar up a little bit. Get the smell going. I guess it's apple earth. It's kind of sweet itself. No, it's sugar. The apple earth. Tastes like, it's got like a green apple taste. Like a fresh green apple taste. Especially when you hit the dab just right. Huh? You know, I seen something the other day about nectar collectors not being good for you. Like I said, something specifically about nectar collectors not being good for your health. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And a lot of people probably put the flame on the while they're hitting it. They put the flame to the thing while they're hitting it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's dangerous. Yeah, because you get that fucking blowback flame. I don't know if anybody out there has ever had that happen with a nectar collector, but because terpenes are flammable and even the shit left over, the resin stuff behind, it's flammable. But somehow the fucking nectar collector builds gases up inside there or something. I don't know if it's from the butane that, like, maybe that builds up inside there, but something builds up, and once in a while you'll get like this blowback flame. It's like a fucking jet engine flame or something. It's like back through the fucking nectar collector. So if you're sitting there hitting it and holding the flame to it, like I do sometimes, probably not the best idea, because when I do that, I usually hold the flame. For example, let me get my nectar collector. Instead of hitting it and holding the flame over the tip up here to finish off a dab that might be in there that I like scraped up or something, I'll hold the heat back here and aim it in that direction. So, you know what I'm saying? And let the heat kind of radiate that way. That's better anyway, because you don't want it to fucking just get red hot right there on top of the dab. Because you're going to the combustion point and way past. And dab, you want to get at the right vaporization temp, right? You want to get everything flashing over at a good temperature. You don't just want to fucking blast on past combustion. Probably something to do with that too. Maybe, I can see that. Kitties were hungry. Oh, really? They are really fucking big. I don't know how those big ass cats came out of Boston. Boston. Lucy. Frank lost a little bit of weight, I think. He's smaller than the rest of them now. Cheers. Yeah, those are nice. The cats like them. And your cat. They drink out of the tub anyway. Her cats go to the bathtub anyway, so they would love one of those fucking cat fountains. That would be awesome. Jesus Christ. God damn, man, it's gonna be $100 within a couple years for a flea treatment. That's fucking insane.
I always get it up from my three, and then I usually get one to split between yours because I get the fat cat formula. You know what I mean? And they're not fat, so.
She used to be small. I really tasted the grease monkey. That, what?
No,
Not. Wait a second.
apple or.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of. Not grease monkey. It tasted like grease monkey. I don't know why. Maybe it's the RSO in my mouth. It is the RSO in my mouth. Rude Babu is grease monkey. Yeah. I think that was a little bit of subliminal thinking too. Freudian slip or some shit like that.
I mean, $3.20 to work my bill.
Oh yeah. How long was that take?
Too much.
Yeah. That's crazy. Those fucking apps are so silly. Some of them are okay. Some of them really like get you like decent shit quick, but some of them are like a waste of fucking time. Yeah, I figured that out. Yeah, but you get free shit for like marketing stuff. Like you push their campaigns or whatever, and then that's how you get it. Yeah, whatever.
that word with you know. Yeah. I don't consider myself an influencer. I'm just a
Technically, small-time influencer. Yeah, you have a better account than I do, so I don't know what you're going to talk. My account's restricted by my content stream now.
I guarantee you have over thousands of followers worth of merchandise. Thousands.
Choppy's account does good.
I'm telling you, seriously. I mean, if you calculate the stuff I've acquired.
Oh yeah, the
Thousands.
sweeper and
You know, $500.
I want to know where those fucking subwoofers went.
We went to the wrong address because
Somebody kept them because nobody's gonna send that shit back.
and some of the really expensive stuff I got it. I got a PlayStation 5 and they didn't even knock on my door to tell me it was there. It was just sitting
Yeah.
outside the door.
You got a free PlayStation 5.
That was when Burger King had by one.
Crazy shit. She's always winning and getting shit for free.
Compared to the what I got. I haven't had to buy shampoo or deodorant. Personal care items for a long time. They always say to that stuff. I don't mind. And that's one of my reviews of men stuff. That way I can pass it along to you.
That's that sticky ass butter fire. It's that new shit that I got from Colton. Butterfire. No idea.
No, it isn't like,
Indica.
is it dabs?
Yes. You want to hit it? There. Take it. The fancy one with the burger thing or whatever.
I don't even know it. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It is legal in Maryland. You're not allowed to sell your cannabis, but you're allowed to share your cannabis. Although they made sure they stepped on the ability to get through the loophole that Washington, D.C. uses. In D.C., they sell you like a $50 sticker and you get a bag of weed with it. But the weed is free, technically. It's just being given to you as a gift. That's how in D.C. they sell weed. That's how it works in Washington, D.C. But they didn't leave that loophole open for us in Maryland because they're a bunch of fucking Democratic assholes. Wouldn't happen Republican either, but we're Democratic, so I'm just going to use the adjective. Hell no, you fucking Indian giving son of bitches. Oh shit, I'm just going to get myself canceled there. That was awful. Indian giving racist. Is that racist? It probably is, isn't it? Probably is. It's the Garrett County thing, so it probably is. Uh-huh. Yeah, he started rambling on about cars to me the other day. All right, I'm gonna go talk to my girlfriend that never comes to see me. See you later, people. I have new cannabis plants growing soon. I gotta go see somebody tomorrow. As long as they still answer me tomorrow. I'm gonna go see them, and somebody else is supposed to be coming either tomorrow or Friday as well. So as long as one of those go through, I know the one person definitely probably should definitely. I've blown them off several times. Not really blowing them off, but I'm just a fucking hermit and don't like going out around people. And then it ends up seeming like I blow them off. But I really didn't. I'm just an asshole and I never go out. But the other person's supposed to be coming down this way. So, well, the one person lives down this way, technically, sort of. The other person coming from somewhere else. Anyway, take it easy, people. Have a good evening.